yeah, we are in the place to be.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I am your host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. Today, I'm calling you out. Today, we're going to talk about something that we've all gone through. I've gone through it, you've gone through it, Grant's gone through it, we have all gone through it, and we are going to come up with a solution to this specific problem. But before I get into that, let me cover a couple different things. Number one, if you are getting value from the Cardone Solutions Podcast, make sure, number one, that you're subscribing, and then number two, pretty please, would you be sharing this with other folks that you think could benefit from it, could get something from it, could gain some new knowledge, some new expertise? Here's what we do. We take Grant Cardone's free content. This could be anything. It could be an email he sends out, could be a blog post he puts up, could be something that he posted on Instagram, hint, hint. And we're going to take it and we're going to make sure that you're pulling every single ounce of value out of it. Why? 75, 85, if not 90% of what we do here is 100% free. So on the Cardone Solutions Podcast, I want to take this free content and make sure that you're able to plug it into your sales, your business, and your life and use it in a way to get better. So without further ado, what's the deal? Well, who sponsors this, by the way? I almost forgot. Who sponsors the Cardone Solutions Podcast? Well, right now, it is Cardone University. This is the #1 sales training program on the planet. If you are a business owner, if you have a sales team, ask yourself this question. What is one thing I know for a fact that my team needs to get better at, that if they did, we would see an immediate spike, 15, 30% new business? Whatever just popped into your head, I guarantee I can show you a solution, and I will give you 7 days free access to use this solution, go get some real results, and then we'll see if it makes sense for us to partner up and work together, okay? Would love to do that with you. Visit cardonesolutions.com/10x your team. Now, let's get into this thing. What do you do? What do you do when you don't like your job? Been there? Done that? Got a t-shirt? I know I have. What do you do? Well, interestingly enough, there was a post on Instagram recently where Grant addressed the very issue. If you go to cardonesolutions.com, you can find that post. Just search when you don't like your job. But here it is. I mean, we've all been there, right? Have you ever been in a job that you hate? You just freaking hate it. Like every second you're getting ready for work, it's painful. It hurts. It literally hurts to get ready for work. It's agonizing. You're thinking things like, man, how did I get here? I've got to find a better gig somehow. I've got to find me a better gig. Okay, today is the day. This is it. I'm quitting today. Screw these guys. Right? You're like, man, if we have to have another dumbass meeting where we talk about absolutely nothing, I swear to God, I'm going to jump on that cheap-ass conference table and start doing a Haka dance. I wonder if I could punch my manager in the face on payday and still claim self-defense. Or better yet, what could I do to get myself fired and still collect unemployment? You ever wondered that in the car on the way to work? Okay, so via the gram, I think that's what all the kids are calling it today, via the gram, what does Grant Cardone have to say about that? Here is your Grant Cardone quote of the day, courtesy of Instagram. Grant says, got a job you don't like? Show up and be great at it. You don't need to like your job. My whole life turned around when I quit looking for the perfect situation and said, hey, I'm going to make the most out of every situation. So I'm going to show up. I'm an introvert. I'm showing up. I'm going to light up. I'm going to light up. Everyone's going to know I'm here. And I don't need to be noisy and boisterous, but I need to be productive and I need to be successful. So I can either be noisy Or I can be noisy because I put points on the board. Now, I happen to be noisy and put points on the board. Okay? That's Grant. Quote, verbatim, word for word. Okay? He did it better than me. So if you want to hear it, go to cardonesolutions.com and it'll be up there for you. Okay? So, but what I also want to do, again, is make sure that you can actually take this and run with it. So, what do we have? 4 action ideas for you if right now you do not like your job. Tip number 1, obvious. Get great at it. And if you're thinking right now, dude, get great at it, how in the am I supposed to do that? I just told you I'm dying over here. I hate it. Okay? Listen. If you like me, right? If you like me, have been on a job that you hate, and all you want to do is get out, how do you shift your think now? How do you shift your think to get great at something you absolutely hate? So, reality check time, it's probably not the actual job, is it? Like, it's going to be something or someone else that you're hating on. And I'll prove it to you right now. You ready? If you're driving, be careful. If you're not, grab a notepad. What do you actually like about your job right now? Like, literally grab your notepad, or if you're driving, just start thinking about this. What do you actually like about your job right now? Why did you pick that job? I mean, you picked it. You said yes when they offered it to you. Okay? You did it for a reason. You're there. Okay? Answer this question for real. Next. What is not working now? It was working at some point. Now it's not. What is not working now? I want you to identify the exact and specific reasons why you hate your job. When? That's the next question. The next question is when. When did all of this start happening? And then who or what started it? Okay. So basically what this means is that at some point you became unsold. Unsold on you, unsold on the product, unsold on the company. I mean, this is straight out of Grant's book, Sell or Be Sold. It's like right there, okay? So you got to get sold again. You need to resell yourself on you, on the product, on the company. This way you can actually get great at it before you blow out. Step number 2 is commit. Commit to today. Just today. Let's not worry about yesterday. We don't have to freak out about tomorrow. Just while you're there today, I want you to go all in. All these feelings that you're having, they have nothing to do, literally nothing to do with the present moment. They're all coming from either a past experience or some future event that hasn't happened yet that you're worried about. So I want you to get yourself in this moment right now, and just for today, go all in. Now remember that your attitude is a choice. What you focus on is what you will attract and what you will create. So today, just focus on making today a great day. And you don't have to allow anyone or anything to prevent that. Cool? So step 1, get great at it. Step 2, commit. 3, train. You cannot get great at something that you are not proficient at. Period. So if you think about someone who's great at their craft right now, at some point you can't just start chalking it all up to talent or luck, genetics, whatever excuse you would like to come up with for why they're great at it and you're not. It's just your way of making sense of you not putting in the work. I told you I'm calling you out on this. Okay, so start putting in the work, and that means train. Every single morning before you get in front of a customer, every single morning before you go into the office, I want you to train, do something to get a little bit better, practice, drill, rehearse. Okay, that's step 3, train. Step number 4, put points on the board. Now, I love this one. Because speaking of sell or be sold, in Sell or Be Sold, Grant says in that book that production yields happiness. One more time for good measure, production yields happiness. So when you don't like your job, you're probably not producing either. Kind of a catch-22, right? Maybe. So here's the what if. What would happen if you did increase your production? Because what's happening by you staying on the course you're on right now? Every single day, what's happening? Okay. What does a perfect day in your work life look like anyway? Have you ever thought about that? And why not make that your reality instead of whatever you got going on right now? So the final word from Uncle G. Before you quit something, get great at it. Okay? So now, sales managers. If you're listening, if you're tuning in, if you're watching this on the YouTube somehow, if you have a sales team, how many of your people are working through any of this stuff right now? Or are you thinking about quitting? So before you do, I want you to look at Cardone University with me. We have a tool in there that literally can reduce turnover. It will also help you find better people while leveling up the ones that you deem worth keeping. And while we're at it, we're going to help you become an even better leader. So if you check out cardonesolutions.com/10extra-team, you will find more information about Cardone University. You can sign yourself up for some free access as well as watch 4 killer videos with Grant Cardone talking about leadership, effective training, all of that. So another episode of the Cardone Solutions podcast in the books. What did you get from this? How is it helping? Leave some comments below. Make sure that you're subscribed. Share this with anybody that you feel could benefit from it. And remember, if you'd like some free access to Cardone University, cardonesolutions.com/10x your team. Remember, be great because nothing else pays.